It's DEW Time with Pastor Steph.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. You're on with this DEW Time with Pastor Steph. And how are you this morning? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. For this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Well, where were you yesterday when it was Shaking the Monday Morning Blues with Shantice? Before I even go into that, I've been going since last week, Wednesday, knocked out, ill, and God has always a ram in the bush, and giving thanks for Shantice being able to just take over the show. This is a large responsibility. You got to get news. You got to be prepared mentally. You got to be prepared physically, because if you're going to sit up and talk for 2 hours, that is definitely going to have to do with some physical, ability as well. And to deal with the DEW Time crew, you always got to be prepared for them. So big thumbs up for her. Round of applause for Shantice, doing a fine job over the past week, just holding it down and giving God thanks again for her ability to do just that. And yesterday, her stories came through like a Wednesday morning socially conscious segment. I mean, talking about all these pastors, and she talked about the pastor who was doing his preaching. What's his name here? Kevin Kahara. And he's preaching about gender identity, and the transgender woman comes up and approaches, and he challenges this transgender person. Now, let me make sure I got this question right. Let me see. What are you going to do? Come attack me? And the person responded, I should. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I ain't about that life. I'm not about that life. I'm not challenging anybody out here these days. Everybody's walking, with a chip on their shoulder, ready to attack. Listen, if you walked up on me, I can't divert my attention from giving the word of God or preaching or whatever I'm going to consider myself to be doing. And then when you walk up, I'm going to switch my attention there. If anything, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Oh, how are you today? Something pleasant, not something challenging, because these days and times, people are getting doused with, lighter fluid and all kinds of things. And why would I bother to challenge the enemy? Why? Because there's nowhere in the world you're going to be ready for that smoke, as they say. So that wasn't wise. That wasn't wise at all. But thank God the angels were watching over him, because from what I understand, he walked off. And I mean, these days and times, Pastor Steph might have been walking off. Have been posted up on the corner of 125th and 7th, and I'd have just had to pick up my little speaker, my bullhorn, my Bible, my collection plate, and been about my business. I would have been on 125th and 5th, and then I would have settled down again. So, word to the wise, Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. I'm gonna go straight to the final story of this chaos going on at Ma's bar or Mama's bar or Grandma's bar or whoever's bar it was. I was talking to Shantice last night, and I was saying to her, I said, your grandmother would have been able to tell you what kind of bar that was. And the reason why I say that is because just from the name, okay? And it's like, yo, are you serious? You are really going to listen. Here's how we're supposed to play this thing here. If we are in a spot like that in the wee hours of the morning, yo, be incognito. Don't let nobody know you there. And if I saw somebody I know, I'd be pulling my hood up over my head, eating with my fingers, I wouldn't even put my head high enough to use a fork. I'm like, yo, are you serious? You are going to draw attention to yourself. And, we talked about the fact that he started to drive off and then stop and walk back. Now, listen. I ain't no fighter, but I've been around long enough to know that if somebody started driving off and then got out and started walking back, they thought about some things from the time they got behind that wheel. And oh no. And you know what comes in between oh and no. Okay? And it's like, you are definitely thinking about something that made you backtrack. So whatever it is that he had going on, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. If you were supposedly there and you were innocent and you weren't up to no good, then do the no good thing and be about your business. And if something gets stirred up, you again make your exit, be gone, act like you were there. And if the cameras were rolling, just hope that you weren't caught up in the shot. And that way you didn't have to defend yourself and explain why you were there. Instead, I went in, to go to the bathroom, but then I was a little, drowsy and had to ask for a cup of coffee, but then realized they didn't have no coffee at Mama's bar at 2 a.m. And I had to ask for a ginger ale with no ice. So ain't nothing clinking in the glass. See, listen, I know enough to do that much. So come on, y'all. Come on. Whether you're a pastor, whether you're a minister, whether you're an evangelist, a missionary, a Christian person, again, the Bible warns us to shun the appearance of evil. And you're going to have to make sure that you just don't get caught up in some stuff. Yo, use your head. Listen, we're supposed to have that level of discernment. And ain't nowhere in the world that when you were driving and you were headed to Mama's bar, and if it ain't Mama's bar, the name of it is Mama's bar this morning. The Spirit of the Lord wasn't telling you don't stop there. This ain't your place. Keep on going. If you're thirsty, there's a 24-hour Quick Mart over at the gas station on 125th and Lenox. Just keep it moving. Okay? So, just a word to the wise for those of us who are in the Lord. Yo, use your head. Use your head. And as my mother would say, use your head for more than a hat rack. It's just worth it. It's so worth it. So that's just my little recap from yesterday's story. Again, giving God thanks that I could actually step away and, just have that peace of mind that my girl could hold it down. And I actually was like, Go ahead, girl, do your thing. So, we got started late, technical difficulty. I don't know if you're seeing some of this blue, gray, black stuff on me, but we just gonna say it's the spirit of the Lord resting upon me. So we can get this show on the road. So go ahead and get that healthy breakfast. Go ahead and tell somebody the Steph is back, and they need to be on. And whatever you do, don't go anywhere, because we will be right.
Internet. A black woman made sure that never happened. Meet Dr. Shirley Jackson, the physicist whose research led to caller ID, call waiting, and fiber optics. She became the first black woman to earn a PhD from MIT in theoretical physics, breaking barriers in science. Her work at Bell Labs led to caller ID and call waiting, forever changing how we communicate. She also helped develop fiber optic cables, the backbone of modern internet and high-speed communication. Dr. Shirley Jackson didn't just change technology, she paved the way for women and black scientists in STEM. Drop a heart in the comments if this story inspires you. Let's honor Dr. Shirley Jackson's legacy.
All right. You caught me out there. Caught me out there talking to the mute button. Good morning, and good morning again. Welcome back to It's Due Time with Pastor Steph. And it is Let's Talk About It Tuesday, Church Folk Day. Excuse me. And I need to check in, y'all. I have been missing for just about a week, and I need to check in. Let me know you in there. Remember, I don't know you're in the room unless you're giving me a hearty, hey, Pastor Steph. Well, the first check-in this morning is from our boy Terrence. Hey, Terrence, how are you? Thank you for checking in. Hey, my girl Ketty. Listen, Ketty is the girl. She sat with me in the emergency room on Sabbath, and y'all, that ain't an easy feat, and I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey there, our girl Viv. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for checking in. We got our Serge in the house. Hey, Serge. How are you? Thank you for joining us this morning. Oh, our girl, Lady Tamika, who was looking bright and beautiful yesterday after her own absence from the screen last week. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is good to be alive. Oh, the queen has arrived. Also, thanks for Shantice for keeping it going. Absolutely. And I got a welcome back pastor from our girl, Nika. And I got, my nephew is in the house, or at least he was. I hope he stuck around for me to say hello, because I don't say the mornings until now. So, hey, Lee, thank you for checking in. And thank you. Our girl, Ketty, thank you for my welcome back. And our Majesty, Born King, thank you so much for checking in. And thank you. Glad to see you as well. And thank you so much. Vivian, for welcoming me back. I so appreciate you. And thank you so much. I want all of us to give a round of applause to our girl Shantice for holding it down so wonderfully. Not just holding it down, but holding it down wonderfully. She did a fantastic job. And on Friday, she was stuck with Pastor Jeff and Pastor KL. Child, as Mariah would say, girl, you did a wonderful thing. You were able to hold your own. Well, she's accustomed to them from Tuesdays. So make sure you give our girl Shantice a round of applause and let her know that you appreciate her hard work, her stepping up to the plate. And when I asked her to, please take the show, even up to yesterday, because Sunday night into yesterday, because I just couldn't. What you're capable of, and just being able to sit up for 2 hours straight and still kind of coughing. No, that wasn't happening. So I am so proud of her. Trust me when I tell you, I am really, really proud. So make sure y'all let her know how much you love her, how much you appreciate her, because this ain't no easy job. So, let me see. I always got that trivia for Tuesday mornings. And hey, they got a list of some popular everyday beliefs that they say caused way more harm than good in the society. So I looked at the first one. I didn't look at anything else. So listen, you know how we do. I'm going to read you from the list. I'm going to elaborate. I might think of something, but I'm surely expecting you to throw me a bone in this chat room and let me know that you have thought of something on your own. So let's see what's going on. All righty. Justifying bad behavior just because someone did it to you. Someone else acting poorly is not an excuse for you to act poorly. Amen. You know how many times people say, well, I wouldn't agree, but, I understand. And, I just have to do it because, it didn't happen to me. So what? So what? If it happened to you, what did you learn from it? I mean, even if it was bullying, you don't now bully someone because you were bullied. And you can understand why somebody's bullying another person because they were bullied and you were bullied when you were 8. So now you start bullying. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And, we're going to make sure we act right. Okay. So again, we're talking about things that people have done, some of the beliefs that people have lived by, which are scary. Some beliefs are really scary. And it caused way more harm than it did good. Hey, Pastor KL, thank you so much. Welcome back to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. All righty. That family has to tolerate each other no matter how reprehensible their behavior is. If someone is going to be a tumor in your life, you cut out the tumor. And if they don't like it, then they can just start behaving. And just because they're family does not mean that you got to tolerate their nonsense. And it's true. It's true. And the person says their mother-in-law's theory to everything was, I tolerate the bad behavior because they're my family. No, these beliefs that are killing people. And that's what we should be calling this. Okay? No. So I'm going to read your stuff in a second. I'm going to get underway with some stuff that is in this list or on this list. So you make sure you put some stuff up in that chat room. Things that, maybe even your parents had you believe in. Things that your family had you believe in. Just some things that maybe you thought that was all right for so long until God showed you it was wrong. So, all righty, we're going to put that up in the chat room. Okay? Because we're going to teach some lessons today. We're going to help one another. Let's talk about it. Okay? That you can just will yourself out of depression and or chronic medical conditions. No, it's so true, especially from the church. He used to always say, just pray. Yo, I'm sorry. As a pastor, I'm telling you that no, faith without works is dead. The prayer is the faith part. You can't just sit and pray. You gotta shift some things. What's causing the depression? Okay? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So, that hard work guarantees success. Oh, we know that that's not always evident. Let's put it like that. Because hard work is always going to produce success. But what do you constitute as success? How are you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes success doesn't look like success for you and the person sitting next to you. So it depends on what success is supposed to look like. Okay, which is another possible toxic way of thinking. Okay. Oh, this chat room is kind of jumping. Let me see what's being set up in here. All righty. Terrence says, what's that saying? 2 wrongs don't make a right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're not going to justify what we do by doing something wrong also. I like that. I like that. I like that. Leave them alone. It's just a phase. They will grow from it. Ooh, Tamika, don't start none, won't be none. Which is why we got some hellions walking around here right now. Because people thought that they was gonna grow out of that thing. And Lord knows it did not happen. No. My theory, y'all always know me. Big messes were once little messes. Okay. Someone tried to downgrade my work and keep me. Oh, I got that. Okay, so Tamika was leave them alone. It's just a phase. They will grow out of it. My eyes kind of diverted to Terrence's statement, which is someone tried to downgrade my work and keep me from ... The white man held me down. My boss just didn't like me. The teacher didn't like me. Nobody likes me. Yeah. Y'all coming up with some good ones. Yo, splitting the pole, parents said was bad luck. Yeah. Remember that growing up? So don't split the pole. Lord, a whole lot of us would have been dead. Getting business, but that did not work, and I did not take action. I just moved myself from them. And sometimes that's a hard lesson to learn, Terrence. It's a hard lesson to learn. If it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. Sometimes you have to do something that don't make you happy, but it has to be done. Very good, Vivian. And it is so true. Sometimes there's just going to have to be tasks that need to be completed in life that ain't going to make you smile. Why? Because it wasn't intended to make you smile. And that's a good one, because I'm going to add on the flip side to that is you're going to smile about doing everything. No, you're right. There are just things that have to be done in your life for someone else sometimes. And that ain't going to necessarily make you happy, but it's for the greater good. And let me tell you something. In this Christian walk, there are going to be some times when God is going to require you to do some things, or God's going to ask you to do some things. Look at Abraham. He asked Abraham to sacrifice his son. After all the hell Abraham had gone through, you think he wanted to sacrifice his son? He sure wasn't sitting up with the spear in his hand, smiling. So that's a good one. Y'all coming up with some good stuff. Respect is not given, it's earned. Another one. Very good, Viv. We had to learn from Bible that no. That thing with recall respect, you got to give respect to get respect. Lord knows the streets are talking, because that is not the word of God. It's not God's way of doing things. So we're going to have to get these things together. I like this stuff here. This is some good stuff. All right. Let's see what else is always on this. That's on this. The customer is always right. No, sir. No, 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 no. The customer is not always right. We can't live by that. That thing went out the window a long time ago. Oh, okay. This goes with Martha's. At least she ain't on crack. That you should always be happy and thankful. Your situation isn't worse. Yeah, you that you just can't throw that in everything. You know, it's one thing. You can look at stuff and say, you know what, thank you, God, that it's not worse. But I shouldn't be happy all the time that it's not worse. That's just not something just cookie cutter. No. All righty. Women are too emotional to do a man's job. Well, we know that show ain't right. There's no truth to that. No, not at all. Not at all. We don't owe anyone anything. Took a big hit to people being kind just to be kind. People want a reward for kindness now or some kind of incentive to be a good person. There shouldn't have to be an incentive to want to help others. No. You know, they put two different comments in here. They started off with, we don't owe anyone anything. And we do. We didn't get where we are by ourselves, by far. I don't care how little someone may have done in your backyard, in your front yard, on your roof, or in your grass. Somebody did something to help you get to where you are. And even if it wasn't but one thing, you need to be grateful. So yes, you do owe. And even if you don't want to look at owing that particular individual, because you could never pay that person back for what they've done, then pay it forward. Be a blessing to someone else. And know that God would be happy and pleased with what you're doing. Okay? Wow. Let's see. That as soon as you and your friend have your first argument, you're no longer friends. You know, I talk about I talk to my congregation about this a lot of times. You know, that's love. That you know, and some people can't quite grasp that. You know, that sometimes that battle, you know, the Bible tells us a brother or a friend, based on the version, is born for adversity. Everybody can always get along. And like the person said, you know, as soon as you have your first disagreement, then you have to separate. Sometimes that's needed to help to build many things, whether it's your relationship, you, them, it could be anything based on what is going on. And we need to give a knee city visit to make sure we understand what just happened. What just happened? Well, I just got into a big argument, a big disagreement with so-and-so. What just happened? Because sometimes we're not balancing it properly. And when we're not balancing it properly, that can be dangerous in and of itself. So make sure that you go to the Lord, you know, find God and find out, what do you want me to take out of this, take away from this? You know, everything is not going to be, you know, roses, ain't gonna be pretty. So let's make sure we get everything we're supposed to get. Okay. It's better to be seen and not viewed. That's the one Pastor KL is throwing out. Now he knows good well I'm coming for him. I'm coming to you, Pastor KL, because you're gonna have to explain that one, because based on what I understand this saying to mean, I don't know if this belongs on this list. So you make sure you're ready with this when I get to the Due Time Crew. All right? Because I need some help. I need some help with that. All righty. So what are we talking about today? Well, I want to definitely talk about it's not here anymore. It makes me wonder about, I wonder if I kind of made a mistake and got rid of this. Yeah, this may have been, I think when I copied over my link, but I'll kind of give you a little briefing on it. So they're saying to be very careful with, as always, with our email accounts, and make sure you're not opening erroneous stuff, even when it looks legit, because there's a huge issue going on with them getting into our accounts, not just email accounts, but all different accounts. And we want to make sure that we're not falling for the okie doke. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, because we can't have but so much exposed. So what one of the things that they suggested, and it's definitely, it was interesting that it came up in my read, because it's something that I've been doing for a while, and I had to kind of take a break from where I was working. Keep your stuff, everything, continually back up your devices. So if you need to shut it down, if it gets hacked, if you need to trash the computer, or the computer needs to get wiped out, you need to make sure all your stuff is backed up. So they suggested getting like some thumb drives, some external like hardware, so you could save your stuff on to those external drives. Make sure you keep your stuff backed up. And what I was trying to do was do it once a month, so at least I would have, as of the 30th or the 31st of the month, I would have that information, because sometimes it's a little difficult to back it up. But maybe if what you can do, because this is something that I also thought to do, was I have one thumb drive for everything to back up my entire computer. And then I have thumb drives to back up individual things. So in other words, I have a thumb drive to back up my pictures, thumb drive to back up my videos. So maybe what you could do is you can do once a month on your master hard drive, whether it's like 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, I think I'm saying it right, or that hard drive, that external hard drive that you use that backs up your entire computer. And then you have your individual thumb drives to back up your individual things. So if you're adding pictures, then when you finish adding all of your pictures, just back up that thumb drive. And that's lickety split. That happens 1, 2, 3. Back up all your documents, 1, 2, 3. And that way, they also, I email myself everything as well. Most times I email myself, and I do back it up, but I email myself, and especially pictures, I email myself. Oh, they suggested using the cloud. And, my thing is nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Even your thumb drives and your your hardware, your external hard drives, they could crash. They can crash. We just had to take our computers recently, to be, updated and upgraded and all kinds of things. So make sure you just keep your stuff. They were saying it's really getting nasty out here. And I really am believing a lot of this is coming from our interaction with all of these overseas people. Because it's bad enough when it's the man next door, but now we're talking about like people we don't see at all, and it's going through 9 channels. Because, like I said, I got a letter from Social Security, from the government telling me we're sorry, we were hacked. Y'all, my personal information, because once that's hacked, is man, you jacked up, because y'all got everything. So I see something from Surge. Surge is saying the best thing is an external hard drive that has cloud. Well, thank you, Surge. All right, so look into that. That there may be a big help. All righty. So make sure you get yourself together with your computer so you don't have to worry about that. Okay? All righty. What else are we talking about? I didn't have any Shantice took it all yesterday. But I did have some kind of interesting things. And who flies Southwest? Raise your hand. And I've definitely developed a relationship with Southwest after I saw that they had free check bags, up to 2. And it was for a decent amount of money. The flights weren't exorbitant. And I'm sorry, as of March, I think it's 28th. Yeah, I think it's at the end of March. No. May 28th. They will no longer have free check bags. Nope. There will only be a certain group of people, needless to say. So they said that it will continue to offer 2 free check bags to Rapid Rewards A-list preferred members and customers traveling on business select fares. And they say A-list members and other select customers will get 1. They're even cutting their stuff. And passengers with the Rapid Rewards credit card will also receive credit for 1 check bag. So you then went from 2 free to 0. Do that. And you want to stay competitive? No, that's not how you get it done. You can't do that. And now, okay, but here's what really makes them y'all just everybody else. Also, Southwest, I believe, was the only airline where it was open seating. Yeah. So you automatically got 2 free check bags. And what they would do is whenever you booked your ticket, they would give you just a number or a letter classification. And it didn't supersede anything or nothing like that. But it would allow them to board you systematically. Follow what I'm saying? So in other words, they just say, everybody get online. So they would just say, okay, people with A, people in the B, people in the C, and you get on, you just pick your seat. And when I tell you that was the best thing ever, because I'm a window girl. I love the window. And I could and it was some large crafts. They don't have no baby size crafts. And I would get, I got on and I was like, yo, I could do this. Because they're just people who, you tend to believe that everybody wants a window seat. No. When I got on the plane, you saw people everywhere. Some people were on the aisle. Some people were in the middle. And there were many window seats available. And I was like, Yes, I don't have to be like, oh. And not only that, you didn't have to be crowded in a, in a row. No, you could just get on, and if you just didn't care where your seat was, but you only wanted to sit with another person, because they have 3 seats in each row, and on each side, but each row, and you didn't have to be crowded. No. So if you saw one person, you could go over there and just hope, keep your fingers crossed that somebody was feeling like you and go look for another single person. Oh, it was just great. So people are raising hell. Ain't no other way to say this. I went through the comments. People are raising so much smoke over this, because one of the downsides to flying Southwest is they don't have charging ports. They are the only planes, and I guess they haven't upgraded their planes, because people have had charging ports for years. And my thing is, y'all been flying like this all these years and ain't nobody had no charging ports. Well, again, you kind of give that up when you ain't paying for no check bags and you don't care where you sit. Yeah, I was really lost. I was like, but that's just Stephanie. Now everything was already fully charged. And again, when you get, you check, you check in and you just charge, make sure all your stuff is charged. Excuse me, or have a portable charger. And if your flight ain't that long, who cares? I'm sleeping through most of the flight anyway, so I don't really need nothing. Every time I bring on my iPad, the iPad is looking at Stephanie. So it didn't make no difference to me. I was fully charged. All my devices were fully charged. My bags were checked. I walked into the airport. I checked my bag, and I was like, oh, whoa, this is beautiful. Yeah, so they are really, really not happy. And most people said there's no reason to be loyal to you anymore. And here's their thought process. Again, stop letting everybody advise you. Consider your counsel and what God has for you. So they were told that they were throwing money away, that with check bags, they could bring in $1.5 billion a year. Now, Southwest is in trouble financially. So their board members are like, okay, how you going to get this money up? And how you going to keep this going? And so this is what they've opted to do. However, again, if you remove your free check bags, if you remove, they're going to itemized seating. Yes, you're losing the pick your own seat. Then you don't stand out anymore. So my question is, now how much money are you losing? Because if now, if I'm traveling like people have to travel on Frontier and especially Spirit with a bag in your hand, you may not care. But if you got luggage and, some people are dropping their baggage fees. Yes, they're dropping their baggage fees. Now, you don't become competitive. Now, unless you're going to charge $15 for your baggage fee, then that might be a little different. But yeah, they're canceling those two things and everybody is straight. There's no reason for me to be loyal to you. So you're going to lose. You're losing big time. You're losing big time. So today is informational day so far, because like I said, it was no news. It was no news. I do have a topic, but just got to get there. One more thing let's talk about. Let's see. Oh, definitely got to talk about this one. So let's talk about it Tuesday. So Amazon is on the DEI ban list, like boycott Amazon. They got a black Amazon. I'm sorry, I ain't ready for that. I can tell y'all no lie. Y'all do what you do. I'm sorry. I ain't about that life. Not yet. All right. So here's what they have discovered. On the flip side of them compromising their DEI initiatives since Trump has come into office, they are kind of like on the other side of the fence because they have for years now had something called a DSP program. And what it is a delivery service partner. Now, this program has been designed for minority entrepreneurs to build and run their own delivery business. So, because it's been operating for some time, quite a few people who have opened up delivery businesses, they ain't talking about moving from no Amazon, and they're minorities as well. So here's the deal. They talked to one individual. I'm gonna see if I can find his name. They talked to one. I'm trying to find his name, and they said that some Jay Jackson, that's it, that's his name, and he opened up his business, the delivery business, 3 years ago through Amazon. This is the DSP, the delivery service partner, that what they found out was the person who did this article tracked the process. So here's how this works. You hit the purchase button, right? The merchant spits it out to a partner, a delivery partner, or a hub, and then it kind of gets like pushed out all over the place, and they kind of pull their area and so forth and so on. So this Jay Jackson says he only started 3 years ago, but when he started with 20 employees 3 years ago. His business has grown to 120 employees. Who you think is giving up Amazon when they done grown from 20 to 100? That's 6 times the amount of people. And you ain't getting them to come off. And sure enough, that's what the person said. It's like, listen, they got me started. They not only got me started, but I've grown. And now, if he started with 20 people, my one question was, well, did he really have a full business running in the beginning? Because how you get 20 people? And you've gone to 120 people. That means they've been giving you a lot of business. Well, do we have to wonder? Listen, I know people personally who worked for Amazon last year, because Amazon had that much that they were giving out. They had like a little hub that you could go to, and you could like pull out and go pick up stuff for them and go deliver it. Yeah, for real. So, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my Due Time crew about this, because I need to see what they think, because I don't know. Let me see what's going on in this chat room. All right. And it kicked me out. When I stay out too long, it leaves me. So let's see what happens. All righty. Let's see what y'all talking about up in here. Oh, hey, Miss Stacy. A few years ago, Miss Stacy was on with us. Yeah, she's an author. Yeah, I gotta look through my calendar so I can find which date she was on. She was really good. Really good. So, hey, how are you? She says, I feel you, Black Amazon. Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for that many of us and giving everything to them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all can talk about Pastor Steph if you want to. I'm just being honest. I ain't got there yet. Maybe as I see the growth and I see the longevity and I see, because listen, Amazon didn't start off here. They had to prove themselves. And Amazon got some sneaky back stuff from what I understand. But everybody got some sneaky back stuff. That's how these people stay in their business. So I'm not saying it's good or whatever, but where my Stokes? Where my Stokes at? Where my Stokes? Let me say good morning to Pastor Vinny and Pastor Brenda.
Good morning.
How are you? How are you?
Good. We're glad that you're feeling a lot better. We know that Shanti's held it down and will continue to keep you in prayer. I'm dealing with that yellow devil called pollen. It's been tearing me up. So I was at the doctor on Friday too.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better. I can hear something going on.
I look like a swamp thing on over the weekend.
Oh, poor thing. I know some of y'all who deal with these allergies is so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll be keeping you lifted in prayer as well. Hoping you feel better. Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for, hanging out with me today, despite it all. Thank you for your prayers. I appreciate it. So, do you fly Southwest at all, either one of you?
Listen, I flew Southwest. They are on my one and done list. I'm a bougie girl. I gotta have my seat. I gotta have my charger. I nicknamed them Cattle Car Airlines.
Oh,
okay, and that's no shade for people that love it. I commend you, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just I'm a bougie girl. I gotta know where I'm sitting. I'll pay for my seat. Now, in terms of the whole thing about them getting rid of something they had in place for 50 years, I agree with you on that. It's who's in your ear. And again, you got to follow the money trail.
Right.
People have been using this, and people love Southwest. I know our middle son loves to fly Southwest.
Okay.
And, you've got to really have a pulse on what's going on. There's some airlines I won't fly because of their policy,
Right.
But, now it's to the point where you really have to think about, is it worth the aggravation?
Yeah. You're right. You listen, something has to be the deciding factor of where you spend your money.
That's right.
Something makes the difference that says, like, you couldn't get me to fly Spirit. I don't care if they said it's free.
Right. Absolutely
I don't care if they said free. You couldn't get me to fly them. So, and it doesn't matter the money because they 2 cents.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the money. But like you said, something has to differentiate between, if the 2 fares matched, if both of them came through at $50, I'm going here. I'm not going with you.
Right.
Something makes that deciding, that decision for you. And again, if you're telling people that I now have to spend money for my check bags, like I said, for me, the very thing that you like, that was like, works for Steph. I don't care. It didn't make me no difference because I felt a level of freedom because I got sick of paying the $5 extra for my seat and then getting in them telling me my seat was switched.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
You didn't give me, this is not like, okay, you told me I was going to sit in B13. And I'm like, okay, I'll sit in B13. No, I said I don't want to sit in B13. Or here's the other thing. Has this happened to the 2 of you? You've paid to sit together. I couldn't believe one time I got on the flight and I had specifically paid for my seats to be together and it didn't happen. they had us separate. I was like, oh no, you won't. I paid for this. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Right.
So that's why my thing was, okay, I could get on the plane and listen, I ain't gotta worry about where I sit. I sit where I want. I can sit in the front, back, middle. It don't matter. Because one time I paid and they had me in the last seat.
Wow.
And I didn't pay for that. Yeah. Because when you pay, you choose.
Right.
Yeah.
So I chose, I never forget, I chose rows 15. When we got on, I was like,
row 89.
Yes. I was like, we ain't been on the back of the bus in a minute.
Hello.
How did they know?
Yeah. I'm like, no.
That I was,
Like, no, thank you. So yeah, it was a big thing about me getting my money back and all kinds of things. So I definitely understand the bougie thing, but see, I'm one who I keep my devices charged. Like I said, I sleep, so I ain't burning nothing.
Exactly, I do too.
I ain't burning nothing.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter to me, and I could live with it. But they're gonna lose greatly. They are going to lose big time because people. When I tell you, I read those comments, I was hollering.
They're on fire. They are on fire. They're mad.
Yes, yes.
I understand. It's a business.
Right,
We might ride. We riding for pleasure. We taking a trip.
Right.
And for them, it's a business. But
Right,
don't try to get the whole
Vinny.
pie off of me.
All at once. All at once. What happened to, or what happens to, right. Try. Let's see how, right. Let's try this. So I'm trying to appease the board members. So you know what? We have to remember the customer. So you know what? Let's meet everybody halfway.
Yeah.
And then, we'll see how it goes. Do we keep the business? Do we lose business? Like you said, Pastor Vinny, it's your business. So get you. You're right. You're absolutely right. Woo.
And we better watch out what planes are falling out of the air. Today,
right.
I'm seeing what planes
where you
look when it's not supposed to.
And so my thing is, y'all better be lucky if anybody flying these days.
Hello. I'm not.
Because Amtrak might be getting your money.
Hello. Or gas station to gas station.
Right. Greyhound, Peter Pan. You losing. You're already losing in this industry because people have openly said, I'm just not flying. And I got to tell you, as bad as I want to move right now, because I had to complete something and I had to be still for 5 minutes. But now I done kind of got an opening. I'm like, let me see how much Amtrak is charging. How soon I got to leave my house before I get to my destination. Because I'm sorry, as much as I love to fly, I'm not taking it. Every day we're looking in the news and somebody's coming down unexpectedly. And that was one of the stories that I didn't do. I have here one of the planes, another plane was the people had to get out and step out on. You saw that one day. Were on the wing of the plane.
Yes. No. There's no shoot.
Yeah.
No shoot on
the plane. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. Lord have mercy. Help us.
Checking the plane.
Okay. Somebody, so now you fussing over check bags. You better hope you got the people.
Right.
So I don't know. Now let's talk about this Amazon real quick. I don't know where Pastor KL is. But let's talk about this Amazon. Now, Amazon, everybody's saying that we need to boycott. Oh, there's Pastor KL. So we can't talk about him, Pastor Brenda.
Oh Lord.
Everybody's talking about, Amazon being on the list of people we boycott, businesses we boycott. But yet you've got minority entrepreneurs in this delivery business who have come up from Amazon. And in particular, one who says 3 years ago, he found out about this delivery service partnership that Amazon put together because, frankly, they had to. Pastor Brendan, Pastor Vinny, they didn't have enough people to deliver all the stuff that people were buying, so they had to now add on, a whole lot of different partners, and he went from 20 employees when he started. He's now grown in 3 years to 120 employees from Amazon alone. Not his business from a whole host of deliveries.
Right.
Amazon, that's it. So you ain't getting him. Don't talk about no boycotting, because that's his bread and butter. So here's the other thing that I want to talk about. If we boycott Amazon, are we now boycotting the minority businesses that are connected to Amazon? Talk to me, y'all. What we doing?
Well, Amazon used to get their parcels delivered through the post office.
Right.
And it came at a it came at a time, because I was a letter carrier for 34 years.
Okay.
And it came at a time when they were trying to dismantle the post office. Every few years you have this situation where, we're going to privatize the post office, and this the board of governors. Okay. Again, more bad counsel in your ear. But with Amazon, they forced the post office to deliver 7 days a week. So
yes.
That was jobs. And they had a lot of strict rules for the post office. They had to be delivered at a certain time. Rain, sleet, or whatever, plane falling out of the air, and they wanted their stuff delivered. And so they put certain constraints even on the United States Postal Service. So eventually we see them with their own planes, with their own trucks. We have a plant out here by us. We'll come and stop at a traffic light, and we'll see 20 Amazon vehicles come out of the depot off to make delivery. I'm like, wow. So it has opened up for other businesses. So, I don't know. We might have to cut back a little bit. Use Amazon if it's necessary. But the other alternative, a lot of times you get that same item in your local stores.
It's true. They're not exclusive.
No. We lazy. We are lazy. We want somebody else to do the work for us.
And people have given up going out their house to shop at all because they going to Amazon because it delivers to your door, and that's where it ends for them. Yes.
A lot of places also at Amazon, they all have their own websites. So instead of going through Amazon, to go directly to the website, some people figure that you can get a better deal on Amazon, but a lot of times it's almost the same price. You're only, you're paying for Amazon Prime to have it delivered in 2 days or less, whatever it may be. But a lot of folks are finding out that Amazon Prime is falling by the wayside. And I'm with you in terms of Black Amazon. We really have to get a strategy together without throwing things out there just to throw things out there.
Right.
Because we got to make sure that we're on point.
Right.
Got to make sure that you're on point. But some people, Amazon is all that they have, as Pastor Vinny said, to deliver, what they need. But for those that just go on just to go on, I've stopped using Amazon for a while now. Only once in a while. Once in a while, but I've stopped using it. Just like I haven't been in a Target in ages, so. You got to have people, to respect where your money is going.
Absolutely. Oh, well, we got Pastor Kale here with us this morning. Let's see how he weighs in on these. You know what? See, this is why he gets talked about.
He's imitating you,
I was waiting for the roses to start dropping. I was waiting for the roses to start dropping from the ceiling, to announce his arrival.
At least a drum roll. At least a drum roll or something.
Well, let's get some of these comments before we get started. We have Terrence says it would be hard to boycott Amazon unless we use Black Amazon that people don't know about. Absolutely. Exactly. And a lot of people are not going to trade something that they know and they can rely on for something that I'm holding my breath for and hope that it comes through. Especially if you tell me I'm getting it in 2 days, because while we wait till the last minute and we need it in 2 days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right.
So that's why you can't, you make that switch. And it's like, now somebody take 5 days. You're like, oh, here we go. That's why I don't trust no new people. So, you're right, Terrence. You're right. Serge, Black Amazon sounds great. We have to hire someone who will be reliable to do their work. Yes. We can't always rely on us, y'all. They need smoking breaks, long bathroom breaks. They need extra vacation time. Y'all, come on. Y'all know how we do. Hey, Pastor Mike. Thank you for sending out a shout out to Pastor Steph. Serge says Amazon is a third-party seller. Regular people are the ones selling it to some companies. Use Amazon to sell their products, and individuals who have businesses to sell their products. Absolutely. Yeah, you're always getting it. And, they have shifted, because years ago, you could see exactly when it got delivered. You could see where it was coming from. You could see the merchant. They had their own information in your bag. Now you open up your bag, you got the merchandise, and that's it. You don't know who you bought it from at the end of the day. So you're absolutely right, Serge. So Pastor KL, do you fly Southwest?
I fly anything that's cheap. If it's cheap, I'll sit on the west side of the plane.
The west side. So listen, they're talking about getting rid of 2 perks. Well, for Pastor Brenda, it ain't a perk. For me, it's a perk. The seating, the assigned seating, and they're getting rid of the 2 free check bags. How does that affect your choosing them?
Well, the only thing that affects me, to be honest with you, is the assigned seating. I'm highly claustrophobic, so I cannot sit like you do at the window. I'm not trying to climb over 2 more people. You know what I mean? Once I get an anxiety attack, so I have to sit. I have to sit in the aisle. First of all, I'm tall, and I need that leg room. So my right foot has to be in the aisle. If I'm tripping somebody, I'm sorry. You had to assault my foot, but and on the other side, I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? So if I have to pay, I'm gonna put a week's of clothes in a knapsack. It's gonna be wrinkled, but it's gonna be in a knapsack. It's gonna be my carry-on.
Nice and simple, right?
Nice and simple.
Pastor Kim came to New York for a couple of days, and she flew Spirit. And I'm like, well, Pastor Kim, where your bag? She was like, right here. I was like, wait. She's like, Pastor Steph, I put the necessities in the bag. She said, and that's all I needed. And I just hollered. She was like, I'm not paying for nothing. Nope. She said, when I saw that, I was like, okay. Let's go. So I get it. I definitely get it. Now this Amazon thing. Wait, before we go, Tamika says, don't fly Frontier. I'm way ahead of you, girl. It's the absolute worst airline ever. Cheap is not always better. It's something about Frontier and Spirit. Again, I don't care if they're free. I'm not
Listen. If spirit is free, it is in my spirit to fly.
Frontiers on our one and done list also. We
Really?
we had to fly. That was the only option we had to attend our nephew's wedding. Now, in terms of them getting you where you need to go on time, they're great. But in terms of everything else, you paying $8 for a little can of Pringles. You paying $8 for a soda. I mean, come on now.
That's why you have a carry-on. That's why you have a carry-on. Bring your own soda and chips and stuff.
You got to get through after you get through TSA, and then you're gonna throw that out. So Frontiers on my one and done list.
Well, we didn't already heard. We didn't got from the viewers have spoken. Have spoken. All right. So let's talk about this Amazon thing. They have minority businesses who have grown and come into their own under, the assistance of Amazon. So my question becomes, if we boycott Amazon, are we indirectly boycotting their business, and now their business suffers? What's your thought behind, this whole thing here?
All right, hold on to your spirit seat, because some of y'all will get mad at me. So then I would ask the question that the house Negro, he came up, right? He came up. He has a better seat. He has a better life. So now the field Negro should continue to support the massa because the house Negro got a better job? You must be crazy.
Wow, we going there. So let me get this straight. I'm the field one. The delivery,
being abused because of the DEI.
And the delivery service partnership person
is the house. So I should support the house while the field is being neglected from the DEI.
I don't know if I'm going with that one.
Wow. Okay. Scratch your head a little bit.
I get your point. I ain't miss your point.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm going with that.
Okay.
Because I look at it. Here's one of my thoughts. One of my thoughts is, and I only actually ended up asking that question here because when I did this story last night, it didn't even come to my mind. But as we're talking, that came to my mind. So my thing is, if I worked and bust my butt to get where I am, why am I now considered a house person?
Okay. So the house Negro has been promoted, right? And he's living a better life. He's still working because now he's the siren. He's the one who's saying, "Hey, look, Toby running. He's still doing his job. He's still getting paid." But here I am.
No.
Yes, of course.
No, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Okay. Nah. Now we Toby.
Listen, wait a minute. Okay, so why are we boycotting Walmart? Why are we boycotting Target? Why are we boycotting Amazon? Because they have no respect for us.
I get that. Listen.
So
like
they told me in us. They told me in us. We are paying. We are paying for you to live well, and you don't care about us. When we when we pick cotton, we paying for you to live well. You don't care about us.
You're not in the sun. You're not in the rain.
I don't agree. I don't agree, and I'll tell you why I don't agree. For me, maybe I'm misunderstanding, and maybe the Stokes can shed some light. I'm still seeing the house, who you're considering a house. They did the work, and they are still working. I'm not considering them no house.
Okay.
See, you didn't promoted them. You said they got the promotion. I don't see no promotion here. So maybe the Stokes can shed some light on this.
But how many of the house people are bringing in the people from the field to work, to train? That would be my next question. You know, how many? You know, if we're moving up, how many people are we bringing behind us to train, and also to have them give them the opportunity, but then to help them then invest in what they need to do, if that's something that they wish to, you know, to go forward with. Let's put it that way.
And I would like to think, Pastor Benny,
okay.
I would like to think if you were someone who started from scratch and you now have 120 people, I don't see you going to get no privileged individuals to make up this 120 people. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But my thought is, if you're a minority, because this is happening, this guy is in Columbia, Georgia. And I'm not envisioning, let me put it that way. I'm not envisioning you didn't went and got, you know, some rich white person to come work for you on no trucks and doing no delivery. I don't see them here doing no delivery. It's us. I don't see no whole bunch of them doing no deliveries. So now, Pastor Vinny.
I really see what Pastor Kale is saying, because that house person is only an extension of the master. He's an extension of the master. So the master is part of this big scheme. And this other person is just carrying on what the master is doing. So they're benefiting again. You know, it might seem like it's by the way, but directly it's putting money right back in the master's hands. And we're, again, getting the dribble, getting what's left, getting the crumbs. We're getting the crumbs. You know, what was the problem in the field? It was those house Negroes that was always squealing, snitching on those that are in the field that are actually doing the work. You know,
but they're working. This is where I'm missing y'all.
Yeah.
In the picture that the two of you are painting, I see what you're saying. That they stay laid back. Oh, massa, so and so ain't moving. They sleeping. So and so is resting. But if these people are working, then maybe that's why I'm missing it. I'm hearing hard work. You may have gotten your business, but I don't hear I ain't working. He still got to work. These 120 people still got to work to keep this business going.
But the master still getting a cut. The master still getting a cut.
I get that. But are we still? I haven't heard the answer yet.
I'm sorry. Well, then tell me the question. Ask me the question.
Are we cutting from those who are working? So are you indirectly saying it don't matter because they're working for the master? Is that the answer that I'm getting? I'm just trying to understand.
In a sad answer, pretty much yes. Because okay, so while the 100 people, 120 people are working, then 3 million people have lost.
We're only counting one business. That's just one business.
Yeah, but look how much. Okay, you're right. One business. How many of us do you think it's just 120 of us alone that support that one business?
No, not at
Okay,
all.
so while we should be, I guess, as you would say, thinking about the 120, there's still a whole lot of us from this one business that's losing. This one business of Target that's losing. This one business of Walmart that's losing for the 120. Is that fair? Somewhere it's not balanced.
So let me ask you, when Pastor Brenda asked the question, are they helping others? Are they bringing up others? If the answer to that were yes, then how are you responding to that?
Well, I mean, that was a perfect question. I mean, and I do understand that. I'm still saying that from the ratio, we as a people are still losing. So yes, 120 people have come up, but we as a people have not arrived.
So Pastor Brenda, your question, if the answer to your question was emphatically yes, the point that the men are bringing, how does that affect you, or your question, or your point?
You know, the proof is in the pudding. You know, you've got to see, it has to go beyond what is being reported, I would say, on paper. You have to see the broader aspect. That would be, you know, and like you said, Pastor Steph, when you see who's delivering for Amazon or whoever, it's basically people of color. It's a lot of people of color. You see a few here and there. I know, and when people come to our house to deliver, it's people of color. But yeah, not all. But I mean,
I wouldn't even say most.
Okay.
We have a Ring camera, and we see who coming to our door. I see who coming to our door, and a lot of times it's not us. It's not us. They pulling up on cars, bicycles, you know, scooters to deliver that package. You know, but let's back up just a minute again. You know, we see the apple, but the apple is from the poisonous tree. The poisonous tree is just not Amazon, but it's everybody that purports themselves to be helping the minorities, but they're up there making billions and gazillions off of our efforts. You know, we have to go back. It's 1% of the population that has all the money. 1%, less than 1%. You know, that was the 0.99 or something like that. That's where all the money is. Now, how do we get that down to that black business? We only getting crumbs. We are only getting crumbs.
So how do we?
So the issue.
So, gentlemen, how do we provide? What do we do? What's your suggestion? We don't care about little old Stephanie, who I got to feed my little family. Y'all care about me. But what you gonna do for me? What you gonna do for me?
We do care about you. But
no, you don't. No, you don't.
We do.
No, because I'm the house nigga. You don't care about me. I'm the house Negro. I'm the one ratting on people. I'm the one telling on people. So you don't care about me. You care about the fact that I'm ratting on the field people. So my question becomes, what you gonna do for me now? Because see, when y'all take that away, I'm gonna pay for that. So I guess maybe I should feel, now that I'm the house Negro, I should feel what the rest of the field Negroes, how they living. I'm just saying.
I think that's I think that's a selfish way, because listen to what you're saying. You're saying, and wait, watch. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying what Wait, you say what you gonna do for me? And I'm telling you, and wait, because you said
What you gonna do
I,
for me?
yeah, I'm the house
My,
Negro.
I got me and my kids.
Wait, I'm the house Negro. How dare you? What you gonna do for me? And now watch, you're asking the person who's less than you what I'm gonna
No,
do for you.
you made me the house Negro.
Yeah, but yeah,
You
because you
made me the
are,
house Negro.
because you
You
are. So
no.
so
You
if I'm
see me
less
the house
than
Negro.
you, if I'm less than you, and I can't do for myself, what you think I would do for you? I have no ability to do for you.
But I didn't have one at one point either.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I didn't have the ability either at one point.
But you're getting the ability.
Okay,
But
so
you're
now,
getting the ability.
you get satisfaction to now make me as
I don't get that. I'm
you
not.
want to see me? Yes,
Listen,
you're
you're
I'm
just
no longer a house Negro.
the massa puts you in harm's way because I'm not after you, but you're in front. You're in front of him.
Yeah.
So
I've just been labeled innocently. I've been labeled a
right.
house Negro, and
How many of us have died
honest,
innocently?
Listen, I think I could have dealt with a whole lot of other scenarios.
Uh-huh.
That scenario right there took me to a place where
well, I'm glad it ruffled your feathers.
like,
I'm glad. I'm glad.
It just took me to a place where I can't see it any other. I can't see it as you're waiting for my downfall now. Because
no.
You're like, well, you know what? Yes, you are. Until you see me like you, then you'll say, well, you know what? The house Negro didn't fail. We all on the same level now, and now I'm satisfied. That's what you're saying.
If you come up, this means two things. You've learned your business. You got yourself together. So now you can move on laterally somewhere else. You don't have to stay there. You've already got your sense of business. You don't have to stay there anymore.
Okay, so keep that point. So right now, are you saying that there's nobody in the field who can do that either? There's nobody in the field who can do that?
Mentorship has to come into play. Mentorship has to. If we are establishing a business, you should want to do, and it's successful. You should want to duplicate that. And people who have that type of mindset, it's like they say, without the vision, the people perish.
Exactly.
You have to have that mindset. If I see somebody that I know is working alongside me and they say, hey, you're doing a great job, would you like to learn more? We have to have that open dialogue. We have to have the right mindset. The student should always be better than the teacher. That's been my philosophy for years. If you see me doing something and you're coming behind me and I mentor you, I want you to go out there and be even more than, I want you to exceed what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And I 100%.
100%.
I agree. And this is why I have a problem with this now being labeled a house Negro. Because in my mind, if I see a minority business owner go from, in 3 years, from 20 to 120, I'm believing that you're doing exactly what you just described.
Right.
And maybe that's just a wrong belief, but I believe that man is doing what you just described, and he's helping others come up, and now he's helping to build others who are going to be just like him. But here's what's happening. So now if we don't continue to support, what happens to everybody in training? What happens to all of the work that a business owner and how he's going to support his community by helping to bring up the others in his community? What happens to that project?
I totally agree. I mean, you make a lot of sense.
So what's the answer?
Well, I guess if go ahead, Pastor Brenda.
You're going to have some that are going to succeed, and you're going to have some that are going to fail.
Right.
I mean, that's the reality of the situation. You're going to have some people that are, going to go out there, no matter the adversity, no matter the trial, they're going to make it. Then some people, the first thing, the first bad thing that happens, they give up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
and that's
go ahead.
No. And I agree with you. That's why my question earlier was, okay, so now those of us who fall in this DEI fall. You say, well, you know what, because they've cut out the DEI, now that hurts us. If I'm going to succeed, I don't care about no DEI. I'm just going somewhere else, and I'm just going to push and push until I make it happen. So nobody pushes anymore. We now call everybody house Negroes, and now we just can't help to cancel out everybody. I didn't hear none of that. I didn't hear, well, you know what? Because we're in this DEI box now, we're going to have to bust our behinds a little extra harder. Women have been in DEI years. But where are we? Where are we? We have always been in DEI when DEI didn't even exist. But what have we done? I don't care about no DEI. My God is going to make it happen, but I don't have to put the work in.
Be careful how you talk to me.
We always have to. Yeah, we always have to use you so much, Pastor KL. We always have to go above and beyond, exceeding abundantly above and beyond what we have to do. And like you, Pastor Steph, I worked my tail off even before DEI was even put into existence. When I first started working full time, and I got recommended to become a part of the programming unit with the city of New York, and a lot of people thought I was sleeping with the deputy director. I had no interest in him, but I had to prove myself over and over. I had to teach myself COBOL. I didn't go to school. I didn't have COBOL when I was in college. I didn't take that class. I had to teach myself COBOL. I worked my tail off to get to the point that when I left there, I was a systems analyst. And I did all of that without having to look at DEI. So, DEI, a lot of things in my life could have been labeled as DEI, but I didn't let that stop me.
Right.
You have a goal, you have a purpose, and you meet that purpose. And again, you may have different roadblocks along the way, but those roadblocks help build experience so you can keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
You know what? Pastor Vinny is going to become my new mentor. I'm learning that he's learning when to shut up. He ain't talking about 20 minutes. He ain't talking about 20 minutes. Listen, he agreed with me for 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden he said nothing else. Yeah, the women started yelling, and you just ran to the back.
He's on the west side of the plane, Pastor KL.
That's right. He said Pastor KL won't always be here, but I gotta live with this woman.
Let him and Steph work that out.
That's right.
I need to go and sleep tonight.
Listen. Pastor Brenda is the house Negro. He in the field.
Oh my goodness gracious! I want to read some of these. Comments. And my device here is acting up. So let me struggle here.
And Pastor Steph, don't forget you had that comment that you wanted Pastor KL to talk about. Also, it's better to be.
He can't talk about nothing else right now.
He can't talk about I'm trying to help you, Pastor KL.
Oh, it's okay. I've died before.
I have come up and I'm exercising my power right now. No, I'm just
She's feeling better. She's feeling better. I liked it when she was gone. Where's Shantice? I'm boycotting the show.
Okay, wait. What was the comment?
Free Shanties. Free Shanties. Free Shanties.
Refresh my memory, Pastor Brenda.
It's better to be seen than viewed.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Pastor KL, you need to give us some clarification on that. I can't get this up. Yeah, we were talking about, hold on, let me make sure I have mine. It was saying some everyday beliefs that are more harmful than good, and you put it's better to be seen than viewed. Now, the way I understand that comment, it wouldn't be a harmful thing. So help break that down for us.
Well, maybe I misunderstood what you were saying. But there's not.
It's a very popular saying down here in the South. We've heard it a lot down here in the South. Where
Yeah.
It's better to be seen than viewed. Where viewed is they're looking at you as in a casket.
In a casket, right.
Right. Where it's better to be seen that you're able to talk one to another.
Right.
That's
Then
we get from it.
Right.
Okay. Because when that's why I was so wrong, because I'm like, we're talking about bad things.
Well, if I'm dead, that's pretty bad now.
I don't know if I want to stray away from that. I think I want to stay there.
Listen, I'm sorry, I've been in the field too long.
Yeah. Right, let's see who because the men are speaking right now. So let's see what they say. So let's see. Pastor KL loves his. Okay, wait. Okay, my device is not working, so I might have to do the blind man. Pastor KL. Oh my gosh, loves his terms or wait 3 to 4 months to receive it. I don't know what that means, sir. You're gonna have to give us
lose his items or wait 3 to 4 months to receive it.
Oh, okay. When I tell y'all I can't see everything. Thank you, Pastor Brenda.
You've been in the field too. See, the house Negro wouldn't have been able to read that.
It's video thing. You're right. Yes, sir, Master. Laugh out loud. I'm weak. That's your boy Terrence. Pastor says, is Pastor KL saying?
Is Pastor KL saying more store managers are the house ends? LOL.
Oh,
well, I can answer that. I can definitely answer that. You want me to go?
God, is it?
Okay. His answer is absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Why you speak? That's why you could say it.
Well, I mean, I say from experience, we run the field Negroes, and the massa, he makes all the money. Now, to your point, Pastor Steph, yes, we get paid. Yes, we work for it, but there it's just a drop in the bucket compared to what they're making. If there was no house Negroes, or if all the house Negroes decided to stop, then there'll be no control over the field Negroes, and no one will be working for the master, and the master will have to close down.
So Pastor Brenda, he has conveniently made it good to the house Negro.
Oh, I graduated, but I used to be a field Negro. I used to be that guy, but I graduated.
When I raised that point, it didn't matter because
guess what? No, guess what? This is tax season, right? So the field Negroes leave, and guess what? The house Negroes still got to do it all. Because the master is still expecting that store to open.
That's it.
Don't leave now, Pastor Steph. Come on back. Don't run. Come back now.
Told me last week, stop blowing my nose on the camera. Stop blowing my nose on the camera.
See, now you got a higher authority who's telling you to stop blowing your nose. Where's Shanti sit now?
But that,
but
that was my point.
Viewers. Well, you know I wasn't lying. But that was my point earlier. You know, they weren't always house Negroes. They had to be field Negroes.
Right.
Point. So now that they're there, now we don't stop until we see them demoted to field Negroes. Still where we are.
You know what? So a lot of let's just stay in retail. A lot of the house Negroes, you know, after a while they see how they're being treated. Yeah, their pay is better, but they're sometimes they're treated worse than the field Negroes because rain, shine, or whatever, they still have to produce. So what they do? They do the house Negroes quit because they can no longer take the pressure. You can yawn if you want to, baby. I sit in the seat. I sit in the seat.
But when all of this was being brought up before, none of that mattered.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
No, it was straight. It was field. Get rid of
if my company was one of the companies with DEI and people decided to boycott, I wouldn't be mad at them. I wouldn't be mad at them. I wouldn't have a sign out. I wouldn't be mad at them if they boycotted.
And I'm not mad either. I've never been mad. I just raised an answer that a question I still ain't got no answer to. So let's read the comments now that the men are saying this stuff here. Pastor got me crying over here. Terrence, must be you. Crying. He loved himself some Pastor KL.
God bless you, sir.
No, excuse me. Vivian says,
who loves herself some Pastor Steph.
Take your training and move on over because in Pastor KL's scenario, Master has to be taken down.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I didn't hear nothing about taking no Master down in the
But you can't take Master down if you keep supporting them. If you keep driving for them, how you taking them down?
There's a double standard going on here that I'm hearing. No. It's okay.
Thank you, Vinny. Vinny, you can talk. It's okay. I got your back. You can talk.
No.
I'll send a letter home for you.
Unfortunately, the Master is away someplace in the Bahamas, you know, computer. But people see us. People see us in the field and in the house. And all that labor comes from us to send back to the Master. In order for us to affect him, you got to cut off the supply chain. You got to cut off the supply chain. If nothing changes, why should he change? He's still getting what he wants.
Okay.
He's still getting what he wants.
Okay.
You know, that's my point.
I still ask, what happens to this man who has been working, who is going to bring up the community, who has now been labeled as a house Negro?
He got to keep doing what he's doing because he got
somewhere else.
He needs, just like
somewhere else.
It's a real situation, Pastor Steph.
Pastor Steph, we don't want to.
Right. You're absolutely right, Vinny. And you know what's going to have to happen? You've got a list this long of people, of businesses that they are listing that we need to cut out of our business with DEI. At the same time, businesses are closing. So my question becomes, then where do we go? You know, I was told, well, don't shop Walmart, don't shop this one, don't shop that one. I did hear that Michael's might be on the fence of this DEI business, and shop Joann's. And then I read Joann is closing 300 of those. They're going out of business. So then my question becomes, if I'm not shopping at Walmart, not I'm not shopping at Target, and I'm not shopping at so-and-so, and I can't shop at Joann's, then where am I going? All I'm looking for are answers. You can't keep telling people don't. You can't keep telling people don't. It's almost like when the church does that. The church is full of don'ts. But what is the church telling the people to do? What are the alternatives? Where is the church sending and leading the people to? We can't keep telling our children, you can't. You've got to tell them something. And I'm not hearing an alternative. That's my challenge. I've been hearing ever since the start of the year, I've been hearing DEI is something that we need to be really concerned about. That ever since President Trump got in office, all of these people back out of their DEI, programs that they had, and I was the first one to say it wasn't ours to begin with, because how you take it back if you really meant for us to have it? It wouldn't be in your heart to do it and then take it back. If you gave it and you cared about your employees and you cared about the people, keep it. So if you back one time, got it, put your phone on mute. There's some okay. Yes. Okay. Look, I don't know where
We're getting feedback. Yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from. Excuse me. So I've been hearing from the beginning of the year, this is what we need to do. And I'm like, okay, this is what we need to do. But your list keeps growing. So then where are you sending everybody? You cannot say, go to Black Amazon. First of all, if we were to take all the people who were shopping at Amazon alone, the Black Amazon couldn't handle it.
No.
Because it would be overwhelming for them, because they have not been given an opportunity
to grow.
Right. It just couldn't be done. It's like opening up a brand new restaurant and taking all the McDonald's customers. It just couldn't be done. It's no shade. It's just logic. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are.
First of all, with Black Amazon, Black people can't get nowhere on time. We not get to a funeral on time. We ain't getting to church on time. So I know my package is not coming on time. And if I need my package, I need my package now. And if I'm paying Prime to get it in 2 days and you send it out 2 days later than when I'm supposed to get it, I'm mad. So I can't. I don't even have that much confidence in the brother man, because he does not live on a timely schedule.
So that's what I'm saying. We can't keep telling don't, but we're not offering anything as an alternative.
Well, Pastor Steph,
when we can offer things as an alternative, go ahead, Pastor Brenda.
Yeah, there's some places here that they have a suggestion of locally owned businesses that are not chain represented, that are not a part of bringing down DEI. They do make recommendations in the area of who to support. You may have to pay a little bit more for it, but they're making a recommendation on who to who you might be willing to support. Let's put it that way, because everybody's not going to do the Walmart and Target boycott. Let's be real, everybody's not going to do it. If Walmart's the only place in your area, guess where you're going. Guess where you're going. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. If we've seen it online where people say, "Look, this is the only store in my area. What am I supposed to do?" So it's a real concern.
And that's all I'm saying. We have to help. And I love the fact that you said they've offered some, alternatives. They've offered, some suggestions. And again, you're right. We can all go to the mom and pop, of anything in our own areas. You have what you have in your area. Pastor KL has who he has in his area. I have who I have in my area. Everybody has local. And if they can handle, your stuff, if you can afford to pay the extra couple of pennies, to get it done. But again, if we're all in the DEI depression, then can we afford the extra $5 it's going to cost? So we're really in a pinch right now.
Yes.
So, we're going to have to move systematically, independently, because we're not going to be able to necessarily move systematically, unitedly. We may be all able to say, kick Target in the butt and not support. And because we're going other places, whether it's Walmart or mom and pop, so that might be, a thing that we can do. But if that's it, and we're not able to do it, because we talked about the child care the other day, and oh my gosh, the amount of money people are paying in child care, $18,000 a year for child care. That's people doing the best that they can. That's people going to the cheapest baby.
The cheapest.
You know what I'm saying? And you're paying $18,000. They said compared to college tuition and compared to rent.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's eating them up. So, and that's people going to the cheapest, most reliable child care. So it's kicking us in the butt everywhere you go. Yeah. Everywhere you go. Because you're going to pay for the convenience. You're going to pay for everything, So this has been one exciting, interesting conversation. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I can make it happen. For
your contribution to today's conversation. We got to check in from our friend Evans in Kenya. Thank you so much for joining us, Evans. Welcome. Boy, I gave the closing already with my DEW Time crew right here. So we can get that closing music going right now. So we can sign up out of this joint. We got started a little later, doing the best that we can over here. We're having so many technical difficulties, and stupid little technical difficulties. But God is amazing. We're still able to get it done. Thank you so much for your participation in that chat room. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification bell so you don't lose all this excitement that goes on in this courtroom. It's on his DEW Time with Pastor Steph. You've been great. Listen, if you are a movie buff, I need you to hit me up. Coach for Christian Life on Facebook, okay? Coach for Christian Life on Facebook. If you do not have Facebook, Coach 4 Christian Life on email at yahoo.com. Coach 4 Christian Life at yahoo.com. And email me and let me know you are a movie buff. We're getting ready to make some moves and we need your participation, okay? All righty. You've been watching It's DEW Time with Pastor Steph. Join us Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. where we discuss matters of the heart, mind, and spirit. As you go through your day, be sure to set your mind on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. They will only serve as a distraction. Remember, prayer changes things. It's Pastor Steph signing off, and I want to thank my DEW Time crew for always coming through big time. Thank you for coming through big time too, keeping that chat room alive. Please do not miss this opportunity to give Jesus your life right now. Please do not miss this opportunity to strengthen that relationship with the Lord right now, because later is not promised to anyone. Until tomorrow, God spares. Again, I want to say thank you for holding it down with my girl Shantice for just about a week. And we give God thanks that He has equipped someone to be able to sit in this seat in my absence. Until tomorrow, God spares, where it's Wow Wednesday. I love